This building has survived 5 centuries of daily use, decades of silence, and a devastating earthquake. And for years, most of it stayed hidden from the public. Now it's finally fully open. This is Bey Hamam, and you could not ask for a more central location for it. This is literally the middle of Thessaloniki's city center, wedged right along Egnatia Street at the edge of Aristotelous Square. If you're getting here by metro, you're covered from both directions. Bey Hamam sits almost exactly between Venizelou Station and Agia Sofia Station, just a couple of minutes walk from either one. As of now, the Hammam is open daily from 10 in the morning until 1 in the afternoon, and it's closed on Tuesdays. Right now, entry is free, but that's expected to change, with a ticket likely being introduced from September 2026 onward. Now let's go back to where it all began. Before Bey Hamam existed, this spot already had centuries of history behind it, sitting on ground that once belonged to Roman and early Byzantine Thessaloniki. The area around it was part of the ancient heart of the city, and the bathhouse itself is believed to have been built over the remains of an earlier Byzantine structure. A reminder that almost every layer of this city is built on top of another one. It was in 1444, in the early years of Ottoman Thessaloniki, that Sultan Murad II ordered the construction of this hammam. That makes it the very first public building erected under Ottoman rule in the city. And today, it's recognized as the oldest and largest Ottoman bathhouse in all of Greece. Locals eventually gave it a much gentler name than Bey Hamam. They called it Loutra Paradeisou, the Baths of Paradise. And once you step inside and look up at those domed ceilings with their circular skylights, you'll understand exactly why. For more than 500 years, this building did exactly what it was built to do. It functioned as a working bathhouse, split into 2 separate sections, one for men, one for women, each with its own sequence of rooms, moving from cooler chambers to warmer ones, and finally into the hot central hall, where marble platforms were used for washing and massage. It wasn't just about hygiene either. It was a social institution, a place where people gathered, talked, and spent hours together, in much the same way a cafe or a public square might function today. That daily use continued all the way until 1968, when the arrival of modern plumbing in homes made public baths unnecessary. From there, the building slowly transitioned into something else, an exhibition space and a cultural venue, hosting art shows and events for decades, even while parts of it remained closed off after earthquake damage in the late 1970s. It's only now, after a full and careful restoration, that the entire building, including sections that hadn't been open to the public in years, has been returned to Thessaloniki in the state you're seeing it in this video. And it's worth pausing to really look at the details here. The carved stone archways, the faded but still visible painted patterns on the domes, the marble basins worn smooth by centuries of use. Very few buildings in this city let you stand this close to 600 years of continuous history. Once you step back outside, take a moment to look around, because Bey Hamam isn't an isolated stop. It's right in the middle of some of Thessaloniki's most important landmarks. Just steps away lies the Roman Forum, the ancient agora of the city, where you can walk among the remains of the marketplace that once served Roman Thessaloniki. And if you keep walking just a little further, you'll find yourself toward the upper part of Aristotelous Square, the city's main square that connects the historic center directly down to the waterfront. So whether you're here for the architecture, the history, or simply passing through on your way to the sea, places where you can genuinely feel every era of this city stacked on top of each other, Roman, Byzantine, Ottoman, and modern, all within the same four walls. Subscribe to Best Travel Video for more travel videos. Before you go, you can find everything in one place: travel videos, city walks, tech guides, plus full ebook and audiobook versions. You can access it through the link in the description or the QR code on screen. Join as a YouTube member for full access to our entire library of premium PDF guides, past and future. And on Patreon, you'll find our full catalog of immersive audio walking guides, real city routes you can follow step by step wherever you are.